The last area under the RBT task list assessment section is assisting with functional assessment procedures. We use functional assessment procedures in order to identify the function or functions of maladaptive behaviors by identifying what the reinforcing contingencies are that are maintaining the target behavior. From these assessments, the case manager can then create a behavior intervention plan that interrupts and blocks access to the maintaining reinforcers when maladaptive behaviors occur, while teaching appropriate replacement behaviors that can successfully contact the reinforcement that the maladaptive behaviors were previously contacting. Typically, we start with a functional behavior assessment, or FBA. The components of the FBA are used to create hypotheses about what relationships between environmental events and behaviors exist, and what the function or functions of the target behavior are. A functional analysis is typically conducted when the results of an FBA are unclear, need to be further refined, or for verification of the results of the FBA. In a functional analysis, the antecedents and consequences are systematically presented and arranged in order to observe and measure their individual effects on the problem behavior and to pinpoint the function of the behavior. The functional behavior assessment is the first step to creating a behavior intervention plan for a client. During a functional behavior assessment, baseline data on the problem behavior is collected. There are a number of ways to collect baseline data and collect information that will be useful in identifying the function or functions of the problem behavior. When completing an FBA, one thing we want to find out is what contexts and environments the behavior occurs in, and what contingencies the problem behavior is coming in contact with. This information can be gathered using indirect strategies and direct strategies. Indirect data collection methods are informant assessments, behavioral interviews, and behavior rating scales. Direct data collection methods for an FBA are anecdotal reports, scatterplot analyses, and ABC descriptive analyses. As Cooper, Heron, and Heward explain, a scatterplot analysis allows us to see temporal distributions of a target behavior as well as reveal relationships among different subsets of data. Collecting behavior data using a scatterplot can help us identify and see any differentiation in the target behavior across environments, time of day, activities, people, etc. Here is an example of a scatterplot. The ABC descriptive analysis documents the contingencies in which the problem behavior comes in contact with. The A stands for antecedent. These are events that happen immediately before the target behavior occurred. The B stands for behavior. This is where we describe the behavior that occurred and its topography. The C stands for consequence. This is what happens immediately following engagement in the target behavior. Here is an ABC data collection form. Let's review the main components of an ABC data collection form.